This exercise is to work on your listening comprehension. Sometimes, often, especially in the beginning, you know the words in the language, but it's very difficult to understand them when it's fast speech and it's connected speech and it's native speakers and they have difficult accents, pronunciation, and so on. So you need to learn all of that. You need to train your ability to understand those words that you already know context. So, in order to do this exercise for comprehension, first you need to have decent amount of vocabulary. If you don't know most of the words, of course you won't understand. This exercise particularly is to increase your ability to understand those words when you hear them in complete sentences with connected speech, fast sentences. Yeah, this is how it works. I'm going to play it, and we get sentences in this case Dutch. The English is here, but what you should be doing is in whatever language you're learning. So you obviously don't do it with Dutch if you're learning French, whatever. You don't look at it and you try to understand it just by listening to it. And then you look at it to check if you understood it correctly or not. Yeah. So your eyes should jump back and forth between. Don't close your eyes because it's going to be super awkward to be. It'd be like doing, trying to, like you look like you've been kidnapped and then trying to send messages through Morse code or something. Like it's gonna be very uncomfortable after just a few minutes. So instead, just look here and don't breathe, and then look. Once you heard it and you know if you understood it or not, just check, and your eyes should be jumping back and forth. Yeah, listen, hear while listening, and then check and back for the next. Yeah, so you go back and forth. And even if you don't understand even after reading this, then obviously you need to check. This is how it works.
Mevrouw,
De laatste bus gaat om 12 uur. Geniet ervan. Hier heb je een snoepje.
heb een prettig weekend. Ik wens je een fijne reis. Waarheen, meneer? Zet uw tassen daarop, alstublieft. Word snel beter. Doe je ogen open.
Veel plezier. Nee, laat me open, joh. Zet even een raam open.
Neem je tijd.
Doing this.
Neem morgen een dag vrij.
Yeah, back and forth.
Vul het, alsjeblieft. Doe iets. Kom naar boven, naar mijn kantoor, alsjeblieft. Neemt u alsjeblieft plaats. Kom snel weer langs.
Wegwezen.
De volgende kamer, alsjeblieft.
Op tijd hier zijn, hoor.
Uw nummer, alsjeblieft. Hou je...
So obviously you need to be able to read fast to do this. You look down, don't read, hear it, then check. This is infinitely more effective to increase your listening comprehension than just listening casually or watching shows or all that stuff. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. Yeah, listen to some podcasts as well, but this is where the real learning happens because this is constant testing with feedback. Yeah, you're testing your comprehension constantly and getting feedback on if you understand it or not. And then you repeat the same sentences later on during the week, and you probably get a lot more of them. You understand a lot more of them. this is intensive. This will increase your comprehension way more than just casual watching or listening stuff. Always deliberate practice always is going to be much more effective. Yeah. So obviously you need to do everything else, memorize the vocab, language islands, etc. And yes, listen to podcasts and radio. But an hour of this is worth dozens of hours of watching videos or anything like that, because you're constantly checking, yeah, constantly hearing a sentence, and you're testing your comprehension, checking the result, the answer, testing your comprehension, testing the answer, getting the answer, getting feedback. Yeah, you just test feedback. This is, if you ask any scientist, Huberman, or any of those, that's what they always, Cal Newport or any of those guys, they always say lots of reps, immediate feedback, testing, retrieval practice, testing, immediate feedback. This is the most effective way to learn. Combine this with associations and then some extra listening, and your comprehension will very quickly improve. Yeah, as long as you memorize vocab with associations, and then you keep doing this, and also getting some extra listening time with authentic materials, native speaker material for native speakers. But that will be very difficult unless you know lots of vocab, and if you haven't been doing this. So do this together with it. Yeah, do both.